Spoiler warning, this might get heated. This is going to be a debatable one, for sure, because our mid-season review today takes us to Mr. Romain Grosjean. Let's be honest, his reputation precedes him. The Crash Master of Formula One, a title that actually Romain had been able to shake off ever since the end of 2013. In his first season especially, got a race ban for too many incidents. But ever since that first season, okay, there were incidents here and there, but it wasn't until last season where things got bad. Things got very, very bad for Romain Grosjean, so much so he didn't score points until Austria. Contact almost every single race. Marcus Ericsson driving into the back of him in Azerbaijan, Silverstone. I mean, Spain, what happened in Spain last year was atrocious. That reputation has followed him into 2019, as it should. He's on borrowed time. I am definitely no stranger to saying that on this channel. But I don't actually think he's had as dreadful a season as a lot of people are giving him. And I think a lot of people are looking straight at the points rather than the facts. And so I'm going to jump into some head-to-head statistics like we have done for some of the other drivers so far this season. Because I think, okay, he's made mistakes this year for sure. Crashing in the pit lane in Silverstone was not brilliant. Hitting his teammate twice. They've both had, 3 times this season, they've had contact, Magnussen and Grosjean. But if you look into it a little bit deeper, I think both of them, in a car which has been really underperforming, they've both done equally okay. The qualifying battle is 5-5. That doesn't include Magnussen's crash in Canada and Grosjean when he was illegally blocked in Monaco. Best qualifying for Grosjean is a P6. Best qualifying for K-Mag is P5. The race battle is where it's interesting though. Grosjean's leading that 5-1. How I do race battles, and I've done this for the past 2 seasons, is discount any race where either driver has DNF'd. And where both cars have finished, Grosjean has won 5 compared to 1 for Magnussen. And that's been the key so far this year. Both have 3 points finishes. Grosjean has 8 points, however. Kevin Magnussen has 18. Now, 5-1. And actually, that's only 6 races where both cars have finished. And in 12 races we've had so far, that's not good enough. But you look into it a little bit more deeper. Grosjean has had 4 mechanical DNFs, which means that's 4 DNFs that weren't his fault. K-Mag's had 0. Non-mechanical DNFs, well, it's 2 to Grosjean, so that's 2 incidents he's had on track. One was with his teammate, that one for K-Mag in Silverstone. The other was another first lap incident with Lance Stroll in Bahrain, but even that was very minimal contact. Average quality position and average race position does go to Grosjean, so the only thing he's really behind with is points. But, and this is why I think people are really giving him a hard time this year, he's very lucky to have that seat this season. Very, very lucky. Even I was surprised Haas decided to keep him for another season. But back in 2015, this guy took the lunge and said, you know what, I'm going to give a chance to this new team coming into the sport. And I think that's why Gunther Steiner and Gene Haas decided to keep him on, almost repay him for the loyalty he showed the team. And whilst, okay, it's not been brilliant, there has been chances for him to score points. Look at Australia. It was up in P6, the tyres fell off. Spain, Grosjean was ahead of the entire midfield, best of the rest comfortably all weekend. 10 laps to go, a safety car comes out, couldn't warm up his tyres, ends up falling down to 10th. And it's been those little things this year which have really added up and really hurt the team. And it's happened on both sides of the garage. K-Mag, twice this year, has been outraced by George Russell. I mean, it's been a difficult year for the team. The underlying fact, and I've been circling around it all video, the car has been unpredictable. Brilliant on a Saturday, pretty atrocious on a Sunday. It's even in the qualifying battle, but it's so hard to tell what's going wrong with this team. I don't think it's the drivers, but that being said, neither of them have gone a string of races doing consistently well, if that makes sense with you. Neither of them have got 2 points finishes in a row. Neither of them have been in the top 10 3 races in a row. There's not been that consistency. And cars in the midfield we've seen this year, their consistency is all over the place. One race the Alfa Romeos will be up there, other times it'll be the Haas. The difference with Haas and this is why I've got to be critical of both Grosjean and Magnussen, they're ninth in the standings. Ninth. That is not good enough for a team that started the season so well, for a team aiming for fourth, to be so far away from McLaren is not acceptable. And hitting your teammate 3 times, again, is not acceptable. I don't think it's been a dreadful year for Romain. I have got to say that, because I think it's unfair to say he's been dreadful, because I understand a lot of people aren't really following the race at the back of the field, and that's where Haas, unfortunately, more often than not this year, have been with the Williams at the back. So my rating for Grosjean isn't a 2, like some people were saying. I think that is ridiculously unfair. I would have to give it a 5. A complete middle-of-the-road 5. Because you put anyone in that car. Okay, if Fernando Alonso went in that car, you'd probably expect it to have some brilliant starts, some brilliant overtakes. But to be honest with you, I'm looking at most of the drivers on the 2019 grid that would go into a team like Haas, and I'm really struggling to see another driver that could do more than what Kevin Magnussen or Grosjean is doing at the moment. I don't know. I definitely want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Am I missing something? I've given you stats. I want to hear yours. I want to hear your reasons why Grosjean is doing worse or maybe better than I think, because I really think it's so hard to judge with some of these drivers in 2019. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.